All right, Infinite Tarot 888. This is going to be your message for July 2025. Now, this is Cancer season. Aries, you could be dealing with a Cancer, or, the 7-7 portal is going to be like a shift. For a lot of you guys, you have been struggling, and I was hearing it's almost like you could have been dealing with somebody that was just getting on your nerves, like big time. Now, for a lot of you guys, this could be in the workplace. Maybe you were dealing with somebody that just wanted to take credit for your work. A lot of you guys, I'm hearing it's not that you're a pushover, but a lot of you guys, you were just holding back. Now, this could be somebody higher than you, like that's why you didn't make a big deal. Or this could have been somebody that was kind of maybe bullying you or something, or just, I don't know, maybe they like your energy. This person could have portrayed themselves like your friend, or somewhere or another like that. But I also was using, kind of getting a new deck, which is the Time articles, and I was kind of messing with it. And it wanted me to show you this. It says it's worth waiting for, whatever that may mean to you, okay? And then it says when you least expect it. So if this is in love, because this is one person right here, you could be like, man, God, when are you going to bring me love? And you could be waiting when at least expecting. You could be hesitant. You could be like, man, I don't know. I've been doing A, B, C, D. Like, you've been going down your checklist. So for a lot of you guys, you could be focused on your spiritual journey, but you're kind of maybe in this doubt. And you could be seeing other people like, man, everybody's enjoying, and you're still kind of like, when is it my turn? So a lot of you guys, you could be tempted, if it's in work, like to defend yourself. And maybe that's why you have somebody that's maybe trying to take credit for your work or whatever it is. If it's something to do with your person, man or woman, you're like, shit, take her. I don't know. But a lot of you guys, it's almost like without lifting a finger, this is where you're being tested. Exodus 14:14, it talks about, God will vindicate you. 14:14, Exodus 14:14. Now, you could be born on the 14. That's 5. If you look at it that way, and that's 10. So completion. Look, and then at the bottom of the deck, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck. You are on the right track. So if you needed confirmation, because these are 2 cards. Look, there's 2 people that are lonely. And this could be that you may be waiting to hear from somebody. Maybe you had to walk away. Look, allow things to come. I need to shuffle it, but for a lot of you guys, this 1, 2, 3, 4, it says, yeah, just you're on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back. So you do have somebody, maybe that passed away, and man, my condolences. Now, Aries, for some of you guys, you could have had somebody that passed, and if you're single, for some of you guys, you're meeting somebody that's been through the same thing. Look, these 2 people are alone, and it's talking about pretty soon, like they have the same question, when, God, when, and then this card, I had to hold on to it, and it's trust. It's upside down. It says doubts about trusting your, hold on, I can't even see this. Hold on, I'm getting old. It says doubts about trust are surfacing, perhaps due to past betrayals or hidden emotions. See, there you go. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anywhere in your chart, if you're dealing with somebody that is trying to take credit for your work, or for some of you guys, it could have took off with your work if you're an entrepreneur. You could be just leaving it in God's hand. And maybe you're sitting there going, you know what, before I used to do this, and that, but God, I'm trusting in you. And you could be kind of doubting it. You're not allowing divine timing to really, take its course. And look, it's almost like you're in the middle. Do I take action or do I not? But for a lot of you guys, you already know. And Aries, if you've been blessed by God before, don't doubt it. The whole trick about any kind of betrayal, because it says betrayal or somebody that hurt you, it's forgiving and letting go. And most important, forgiving yourself, and if you have to start from 0, you could be getting tested. Are you being grateful? Are you ready? Balance is upside down, but let's shuffle. So, and then I have these animal cards that I was going to throw out. So you got this one, look, the flamingo, and then right here, the camel, like 2 totally opposite. One is over here, flamingo. This could be somebody from Florida. and like paradise and everything. Now it's sandy, but look, desert, there's no water. This is something from Florida, maybe, and then something with desert. But the camel, from what I was looking at, it's almost like you have this ability to persevere, or people are seeing you that like that. Now that's the number 11, and then look, 29, that's 11. So for some of you guys, you do have a twin flame coming. Yeah, and look, I had to save the cards because the book is falling apart, so I can read it later, or we'll just go for that. But also, you got the parakeet. See, it's falling apart. The parakeet is the 71. That's an 8. And this card fell out, so I had to put it there like a bookmark. It says, "You are gorgeous, crazy, sexy, and beautiful." So never forget that. If you're a male, you got your things going on. You're handsome. You're adventurous. You're outgoing, and you got it. You think that people aren't noticing? Yes, for some of you guys, you do have like a veiled man or woman, where you're like, fuck, nobody looks at me. You probably feel like they look at you and you feel ugly, but that's just God protecting you. For real, that's what I'm hearing. Yes, because for some of you guys, otherwise you would be in the same position you were before, just passion going here. For some of you fuckers, you get love easily. For some of you guys, you're like, well, I barely get here and there. I want to be lucky, but no. Remember, the flamingo, it's like opposites attract. For some of you guys, I'm telling you, 11, that could be the opposite. So you could have a twin flame coming in, and it's going to be a shitload of passion. You might look at each other, it could be different nationalities, or you could be looking at each other and be like, man, that person, and then you get into bed. You see, the camel has 2 humps. It's there for the long run. And then the flamingo, sexy as hell, just, I don't know. But for a lot of you guys, that's what you guys got coming. Look. Emotional repair, and then courage is upside down. For some of you guys, you need to have the courage to go within, to heal, to look at the betrayal from a different perspective. They're saying, like, look at it differently, not just like, oh, they hurt me, oh, they left me, with nothing. Okay, God is gonna replace it. For a lot of you guys, once you get into your purpose, you'll see, as soon as you start to pull your energy, fucker. It's like I heard you're gonna be winning without even lifting a finger. Because for some of you guys, you ready to retaliate. It says you are working to repair a relationship that was once fractured. Past hurts are healing, and reconciliation brings hope. So this could be, with family, or if this is an ex, you could be. For some of you guys, you will. And I know for some of you guys are like, Infinite, where's the new? Yes, for some of you guys, see, because both of you guys could be right there, or you have a choice of 2. Dios mío, some of you guys like, man, what do you mean 2? This says 2. I see 2 people right here, but let me read it. It says, issues within intimate relationships are causing confusion or disappointment. Emotional distance or unspoken needs may be presented. Now, let me tell you, man, as I was reading this and I was listening to something else, some other thing that I was studying on. And some of you guys with emotional repair, this is where you're going to have to go within to really love yourself, forgive another person, because you could have been dealing with somebody that just was or is, I'm hearing, immature. They don't know how to communicate. You could have been trying over and over, and it's like you couldn't get through this person. You could have been telling them, hey, for their better good, hey, don't do that. It's going to cause, to go in. If you were living with this person, could have caused you to go in financial, difficulties, For some of you guys, they could have been hiding finance, or, but it's emotional. This person really was a man or woman. They were gaslighting you. They didn't want to learn, is what I'm hearing. So you may be reconciling. For some of you guys, you may go into a reconciliation or working on to repair. Obviously, if you have kids, this is something that you want to do. Make sure it's for you and not for the kids. Honor yourself, your true self. If the person hasn't changed, or you feel that, there was a lot, and who am I to tell you? I'm hearing right away, they shut me down. Go to God for that information. Because some of you guys are listening to readings and that throws you off. Some of you guys are crunk. You ready to throw them out the house or put their ass in jail, man or female. You're like, wait a minute. And you really got to go in with God. Or you're listening to your aunt. Come on, she's been divorced, 4 times. For some of you guys, you know, she hasn't got married. She had a lot of boyfriends. Yeah, and you're getting advice, or your uncle, you know, no. If it's gonna be a sacrifice, let it be from you getting the wisdom from somebody that has experience, somebody that has a license. Even then, go to God for that information. Okay. For some of you guys, the emotional repair, the situation you could have had was due to family interference. You know, some of you guys are going to learn a major lesson. I don't know. We got off a topic, but they're talking about if this was a relationship, there was no loyalty. Where was the sacrifice and loyalty? Look, and both of you guys sitting there, and some of you guys could have got terrible advice from somebody. They wouldn't have done what they told you to do. And for some of you guys, it could be too late, but this is something that you're going to learn and honor it. Like, take accountability. And that's how emotional repair or any reconciliation or to rebuild trust, whether friendship with a sibling, um, it's going to require accountability, at least from one person. Of the other one, you just got to let go with love and, you know, keep it pushing forward. But for some of you guys, don't, I'm hearing, don't get triggered. If they don't want to take accountability, this is going to be your test. It's something you're going to be like, check your emotions, make sure they're like this. And if they don't want to take accountability, it's not healthy. You're not going to need to settle. For some of you guys, look, boundaries was upside down as I'm talking about this. And if it's something to do with your work, because they're going back to an envious, whether, you know, like co-work. For some of you guys, this could have been, you know, a partnership, you know, maybe, or within two ladies, maybe you had a salon together. If for men, you could have been, you know, dealing with somebody you had, you know, you were dealing with construction or something, or, you know, like taco stands, or kind of a, you know, lawn business, car wash, who knows, you know, law firms or something, but there wasn't trust. And sometimes, and not for all of us, because even some friends, for some of you guys, you had some friends that were shady as fuck. They were there just to learn to, and then they start to take your customers y a la chingada. And you could have wanted to take revenge, but God said, hey, hold on, mijo, mija, wait a minute, I could do it better. Because for some of you guys, yeah, those people that you help, you know, it's almost like God blessed them through you, but not to fuck you over. Excuse my language, that's what it said, you know. And some of them will learn. Some of you guys, you pull back and they were laughing, ha ha, taking your clients, but wait a minute. Just allow God to work and you move forward. Some of you guys, it could have been a jealousy, you know, within you know, friendships. Like I said, for some of you guys, you could have brought them in, you know, to work in the same, you know, like they were looking for somebody. You're like, hey, I got a cousin. That's fucked up, right? Or even a friend, and they weren't loyal. As soon as they were able to meet the supervisor or something, they were there to escalate to another level, but to step on you. And some of you guys, it could have hurt you emotionally. And at the end of the day, I'm hearing for some of you guys, you know, it's like you could have pulled your energy back. It could have hurt you to your reputation for you to get another job, like in the same industry. Little did this person know, is what I'm picking up. And man, we don't even need these. For some of you guys, little did they know that you were working on something else, or you're being asked. Because some of you guys are right now like, well, I can't get a job, and you're going downhill. You could be in this energy, frustrated, man or woman. You see, this reconciliation is back here, because for some of you guys, man or woman, but this might be more for men. You could have lost your job, and it was due to this envious person, and you keeping your cool. For some of you guys, you could be convicts. You can't fuck around, and this manager or this other person took advantage of you. You know, they'd be assholes like that. And you know, we're taught to man up, and not only us as men, there's women that deal with this too. They come out, you know, and then, you know, it's almost like Satan to go back on the streets, and you made a promise to God, and it's almost like you're doubting it, and your other partner's giving you headaches and everything, and you're just trying to get back on your feet. You could be going through emotional healing, and this person's not. If you're separated, this person wasn't emotionally there for you, or sad. Not for some of you guys, you know, with any my ability, but and you're right. For some of you guys, it's not nobody's responsibility but each other. But what I'm picking up is you were there for this person, or they were. If this is the other way around, you're watching this or cross watcher, they were there for you. They were there for you. It's like God put you in this person's life, or they were put in your life. And then when the roles switched, it's almost like God healed. This is what I'm picking up. God healed one partner, and you could have been right there. And you're not perfect, fuckers, baby. You still out here in the streets, but you're still responsible. Okay, and you as a man, or more as a man or woman, but they said as a man right now, you just have a way of being that attracted this person, and it's almost like you're toning it down just a little bit, but they want you to be ambitious the same way. If it's not in the streets, but you're doing good things, or maybe you're opening something new, legit, and you still need to have that drive, that person. And for my ladies, don't be changing somebody, then you're all pissed off, Yeah, because he doesn't want to. I heard because he's easily manipulated. Before you loved that he was hardcore and everything, and then you changed him. Now he wants to sweep and clean, and he's dancing right there with the fucking banda and everything. You're pissed. You're the one that made him. Now you want him out the fucking house. You can't be on the phone chismeando because he's right next to you. When before, and that was probably because for some of you guys, you fuckers, you did love spells, and now you can't stand it. They're right there, and then you want to put the spray on them. Some of them went to jail. Some of you guys feel bad. Some of you guys are realizing what really happened to your ex. You're like, fuck, ever since you were mad and hurt that they went with that other person, they could have done Amares, love spells, all kinds of shit. For some of you guys, you could have done it and they ran off. And that's what reconciliation is. Now, for the coworker or something like that you were working with, ever since you left, or you left and you're looking and some of you guys are doubting the purpose that God has for you. Ah, man, how can I make money? It makes you happy. For some of you guys, this is going to be your confirmation to move forward with it. And do it in silence, because for a lot of you guys, this person from the past, they're gonna some way or another. You guys block them, change your number, but they're still looking. It's almost like you were pissed off because they could have ruined your business, or they could have took your position at work. And if they were taking credit for your work and you got fired and you didn't go back to that industry, and people are like, where the hell is Aries? I thought he was at this gym, or I thought he was working at that, whatever dance club or something, Ubers, and you're doing something totally different. So the people that you could have been the badass employee, the best one, the greatest ideas, guess what? You're not there no more. And that fucker or that lady, who could they steal from? Because for some of you guys, they're gonna steal from the wrong one, and they are gonna fucking stand up in a different way. Not to say that you were a doormat. It just that's their karma. They're not gonna get another job right there. Especially when they find out how dirty they did a person that even helped them. You could have been training this fucker. Like I said, when God placed somebody in your life, it was like they were blessed through you, man or woman, is what I'm hearing. So for a lot of you guys, you don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to sit there and try to um, seek revenge. You don't got to talk shit. A lot of you guys are gonna go into a different industry. Look, reconciliation. For some of you guys, you're like, I miss my goal. Some of you guys can still save it. Some of you guys, like I said, for others you can't. You're like, fuck, I put him in jail. What the hell are you gonna do after that? A lot of people, man, and I'm telling you from experience, a lot of people that I started to, it's like God was leading me to them. A lot of them, they couldn't understand why they were going through this craziness. They were going through this, the symptoms. I'm telling you, in the other videos, go check out Sagittarius, or yeah, one of those, the fire signs. And I was talking about it, how God, these last few weeks, it was almost like he was putting these videos in front about, in Spanish, English, of the consequences and the symptoms and all that. And a lot of you guys, God protected you, and you may be like, well, why did I go through it? Because you guys are gonna help other people. A lot of you guys survived. You could have been dead. You could have been incarcerated, and a man or a woman, because there's some men. I didn't know this crap. I'm, but there's men that do this bullshit. Some of you guys, it's your friends that you don't know, and here they are doing this to your. I heard family, this brothers, sisters, whatever. Regardless, ex, and you're gonna find out. You're gonna be so pissed, man or woman. You're gonna want to fucking do things, like vindicated, revenge. If they hurt somebody, like a child or something, It's going to be hard for you. But the karma that person is going to get, and for some of you guys, the karma for the person that didn't stick up for you, if you went through that as a child, or for a parental figure that didn't do it, and you tried your best, and all they did is got you wrapped up in cases. Now that shit goes, when you're reporting that shit, it stays in the record. And then when the truth comes out, that person's gonna get in trouble. And you didn't mean it. For a lot of you guys, it was the safety of your kids, but you had a bitter ass ex that didn't protect. Let's get out of there. For some of you guys, just you look. For you guys, you're smart woman, smart man. People are gonna add it up. That's why you're not looking to, and that's why I was picking up. For some of you guys, you're trusting in God, but you're still a little bit doubting, and you're getting impatient. You're like, when? Just allow God's timing. For a lot of you guys, you could have been dealing with somebody. If this person is trying to come back and reconcile with you, whether it's a friendship, somebody that you walked away, man or woman, but they keep saying something about work. So this person could be coming back, that they lost a job, and it's almost like their lucky charm. It's your energy. This could also be an ex, I heard. If you're a lady, they could be siphoning off your energy, but as well as a man, you could have like I said, there's a divine partner. You could go back to what you want. You got free will, or you can wait and see what God has for you. Because some of you guys are dealing with somebody that, like in the workplace, why am I hearing for some of you guys like this? If this is like a sibling, no mames, man or woman, it's like you finally had enough, and you could have walked away. You're like, you know what? Fuck this. Like everything you start, and it's almost like you guys could be dealing with somebody that, like I said, they want to take credit for your work. So finally, for some of you guys, I see you guys going like, you know what? Vámonos a la chingada, and you walk out. And if this is like in a family unit, like you could have some parents that they don't, nothing you do right compared to a sibling. It's like, it's always your fault. In other words, always your fault. And they see it, and it's almost like they're blind. Like, no, well, what did you do to this person? Like excuses until you finally walk away. And what excuse are they gonna make? So for some of you guys, you could be dealing with somebody, and it's not like you have a lot of love. Like on my part, even with my siblings, they're my siblings. I came here to have these siblings. They're not perfect. I accept them, but God, fuck, some of them, like as the years have gone by, like fuck, I didn't know they were, because my focus was moving forward. When I had a family, they were even jealous of that. I didn't see that, because when you're not on that vibration, you're not paying attention, especially when it's your inner circle. So some of you guys have somebody that it's like, they want your spot, but they don't want to struggle. They don't want to put in the work to get there. And some of you guys could have walked away and said, all right, fuck it, here, I know vemos. And you go and start doing something totally different. And even then, they're pissed, finding ways. And it's like, fuck, Lord, what? If it's every time I see this card, it's like somebody that juices, there could be somebody with that insecurity. But look, there's somebody, you walked away. You said, you know what, this shit ain't adding up. I'm not needed here. I'm not welcome. They could have put you out in a certain way, and here you are. You're in this energy. It's a spiritual test. But look, here comes Mr. I want to be you, man or woman, And some of you guys have a sibling from the opposite. No, mamas, they still want to be you or better, I heard. But look, if this old job, it could have had you just with health concerns. For some of you guys, since you left that particular person or job, you look totally different. Your health is better. You're in this energy of excitement. For some of you guys, even if you had to take an L and let God handle it, like I'm telling you, divine timing. Without you lifting a hand, it's like God is gonna prosper you. You could be in this energy, look, you got rid of all the medication, no more to this and that. And look, creator, inspiration. For some of you guys, look, you go from entertainment industry. Now, some of you guys could be doing pinchy fans only. What's your handle? No, just kidding. Only fans. But a lot of you guys, look, you're when you walked away, they lost control of something, the gold mine, but they don't want to admit it. Now, Aries, for some of you guys, you have an opportunity to, you know, to be a creator. And some of you guys, well, I don't know what I would do. Some of you guys, you've been through hell. Your testimony is something that's going to help a lot of people. And if, look, you could have been dealing, for some of you guys, what you're holding back, and this is not going to be for all of you guys, but I got to say it the way it's coming out. There could be gossip. And it's kind of bothering you, but you're getting to this level, this stage in life where you're trusting in God and you're letting go of the past. Nobody's perfect. Like I said, some of you guys were convicts. Some of you guys could have been dancers, sexy ass dancers. And there was somebody, look, controlling, possessive, that wanted you to stay in there. And if this is a male that didn't want you to leave that, they didn't love you. They love what you provide. Come on, man. There ain't nobody gonna want their lady jumping on somebody else's lap. You know, and you're breaking this chains. You're finally saying, you know what? I don't need this. You heal your inner child, your mother womb, father womb, whatever that may be, and you know your worth. Now, for some of you guys, even if you went into this industry, there could have been somebody that wanted to possess you, that wanted to keep you in chains. They didn't want you to like, they wanted to pimp you or they wanted to own you. Like, no, you're my bitch. And you said, no, I'm gonna do this for a little while. And this could have been even a manager that wanted to keep you, you know, bound. Some of you guys, you know, you make your money, put that behind you, and you start to create content. You know what? There's a lot of perverts that don't mention my fucking name, okay? Some of you guys could be calling out these fuckers that go to entertainment, you know, to dance and all kinds of shit. I don't go to those places, eh? I've never been there. So yeah, for some of you guys, you know, if you're a male dancer, you could be doing the same thing, you know, you could be like, yeah, I used to dance, but I don't go that way. Stop lying, bitch. You could be in this industry now. For some of you guys, you're making moves now, and you could be in this high vibrational. And earlier in this other deck over here, didn't I say there was two people that were thinking of the same thing? When God, look, high vibration over here, Ida. Some of you guys are about to run in with somebody and you both have passes. You're going to be able to understand and you're going to know that communication is number one. You know, you're going to take, you don't want to shock them. Maybe both of you guys will shock each other and tell everything the first day. Fucker, I was a stripper, so was I. Bitch, I had this, I had that, or I don't know, but both of you guys are going to be in tune. And your exes, they're going to be clueless. They're going to be sitting there. I don't care, but you know what's really happening? They're going to be in this energy of stalking in the shadows. They don't care, but they're stalking. Yes, look, a snake in the garden, they were always that, or they're going to know. They might walk in and they'll see el pinche machete and the fucker is he's gonna be like, I didn't see nothing, I didn't care. For some of you guys, it could be the other way around. You could be, you know, to be the lady walking in on somebody else. And let me tell you something. When it comes to, you know, being apart, getting hurt, or any separation, it could be the hardest thing. It could be something so hard, and let's not lie about it, because nobody wants to be left. You know, nobody wants to be cheated. It happens. And at that point, it is part of a test. How are you going to handle it? Because look, this is the last. How are you going to handle the spiritual test? And ladies and men, and I'm pretty sure you're going to relate to this. It could drive somebody to go insane. You don't need to do black magic for somebody to really get hurt. Like to go insane. I mean, it's passion. People, you know, it's called a passion crime. And my suggestion, you know, if you want to do something like that, think about it. Try to do the right thing. I see a lot of people, man, that have been to jail, man, and when they get out, no bueno, and then, dude, you know, the kids suffer. I mean, there's people that they can't handle rejection, or they can't handle, apart from the rejection I'm hearing, they can't handle how other people will see them. Oh, they left you, or you left them, and it's a shit show. I wouldn't do it. Because we could say here, like, yeah, forgiveness and everything. And then you look at that moment. And if you're not strong enough, guys, just let's be real. You could break down when you see it. And it's something that I think if you work on your emotions and you could teach the children how to handle that. Because a lot of us didn't deal with that. We didn't have parents that really helped us out when it comes to, hey, master your emotions, fucker, you know. And And that's what I was hearing. For some of you guys, if it has to do with sibling rivalry and all that, it's something that it's hard. You can have a parent, like I said earlier, you're the one that always does all the fucking crap, you know. You're the one to blame, and then you leave. And they still blaming your ass. Aries, because you left. For some of you guys, I was here. I have a friend, the mom was so pissed. They were like, he was like, Mom, why didn't you help me? It wasn't me. Yes, you didn't. You were on their side. I didn't tell you to marry her. Mijo, I didn't tell you. It's crazy shit like that. Like, you could never do right. So for a lot of you guys, you may be changing, moving in a different direction, and look, doppelganger replica, right? So some of you guys, man or woman, it could be like brother or sister or friend or something. But if they're trying to replicate this, pobrecito, pobrecita, no, they don't even have it. I'm telling you, they don't like the struggle. They could, you know, they could be clueless to that. But some of you guys, you got to just let them be. Some of them are going to get their ass kicked by life, you know. I don't know. Let's get out of here. That's what I got for you, Aries. That was for July. That was deep. Do you want something? Let me give you at least for your manifestations or affirmations for money, okay? What else? What else could I give you? Anything else? You already know about the camel. It says, I am deserving of financial abundance in every form, okay? So this is one of your affirmations. The other one, it says, the most financially ambitious version of me is the real me, like motherfucker me. Yes. I don't know. But one more, it says, I desire for big money. My desire, I can't read today. Some of you guys, you're going to be speechless, but hold on. Hold on to your emotions. Let karma hit their ass, because for some of you guys, you're going to get tenfold. If you went to jail, I don't know why I'm rambling, but just hold on. It says, my desire for big money is a sign guiding me towards it. Claim it. I'm telling you, this is what you'll lose out. Whoever screwed you over and you were on the spiritual test, you saw it. I think it's at the bottom. The spiritual test, I'm telling you, whew, you're going to be judged, because for a lot of you guys, you help these people. All right. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anywhere you try. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and comment.